Well, in other news tonight, there's been widespread criticism after a group of protesters marched in the last few days to the KwaZulu-Natal Premier Nomusa Dube-Ncube's home. The presidency has condemned the demonstrations, saying there are other avenues for people to raise their grievances. The South African National Civic Organization's KZN Secretary, Sizwe Cele, joins us tonight. A very good evening to you, sir. Welcome to the program. What do you make of what's unfolded in KZN in recent days? Was this a justified demonstration?
Greetings, Tembegile, and greetings to the viewers. Thanks for having us. Indeed, we condemn this act as an abhorrent act, which was an act of criminality. And as Sanco KwaZulu-Natal, we believe that the law enforcement agencies must ensure that those perpetrators face the full might of the law. Because when the Premier is at home in her private residence, she is a South African citizen. Like any other citizen, she enjoys a constitutional right, especially the right to privacy. To go to a private residence and protest, that endangers the lives of other occupants who have nothing to do with the political career of the Premier, especially the children who still have their future ahead of them, and they will still choose whether they become politicians or not. But then to come at their private residence, indeed, that was an act of criminality. Therefore, the law enforcement agencies, they have to do what they have to do.
The organizers say it was linked to grievances around the poor delivery of basic public services. Do you believe there was a more sinister motive?
Indeed, there is a sinister motive, because if you look at the organizers, one of them, a pseudo-political analyst by the name of Dube. We know that gentleman for many years here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Dube is not a political analyst. There's nothing analytical which comes out of Dube's mouth. Has got his own personal issues, his own personal agendas. Hence, as Sanco in KwaZulu-Natal are saying, when the law enforcement agencies are dealing with the perpetrators, they must take into account that in incidences of that nature, there are horses and riders. So they should be able to separate the horses from the riders, because some of the people who are there do not really have a full understanding of the agenda that Dube is pursuing. Therefore, when the law enforcement agencies act, they must ensure that the likes of Dube, who are the riders, they are indeed dealt with decisively. We no longer have respect for that gentleman. He is one very angry individual who's full of rage and venom. So if you listen to his political analysis, indeed there's nothing analytical that comes out of his mouth except rage and personal issues that he's pursuing. So we no longer take him serious in this province. We are worried about the mainly Johannesburg-based media, which still listens to him.
I hope no brief for Kolani Dube, and I've not seen anything suggesting that he's claimed ownership for the organization of this demonstration. But would you agree, Mr. Cele, that in order for anyone to be able to mobilize people in this way, there's no way it could happen without genuine discontent among society about the level at which the ANC government in KZN has been delivering basic services, that there has been a failure, a shortcoming that does need to be addressed?
Indeed, we are not saying people must not protest. We as Sanco KZN just recently, on the 28th of January this year, wrote a letter which was publicly castigating the Premier. But today, we are saying that protest that took place was not directed to the Premier. Clearly, it was directed to the person of Comrade Nomusa Dube, because Nomusa Dube is the Premier because of the incumbents of the premiership position. So the premiership position has got a physical office. If you want to protest, you need to direct the protest properly. So we are not even dealing with the details of their protest. We are dealing with the approach. So had they taken the protest to the Premier's office, where she holds the position of the Premier, not at her house, where she's got kids and other occupants of the house who have nothing to do with her premiership. So I think that's what we are condemning in the strongest possible term, to say the approach must be proper. But because of the involvement of the pseudo-political analyst like Tolan Dube, who's got so much issues and angers, that's when we know that that protest was more than what meets the eye. So that is our position.
Do you worry that we may see a repeat of these demonstrations or even confrontations between this group and politicians in KwaZulu-Natal?
Listen, we are a civic movement ourselves. We are the activists. We are the vanguard of the community. So we do hold protest. But we hold protest in a proper manner, in an organized manner. We always make sure that we do not personalize protest. The protest must go to the right place. Not what they did. Actually, they were barking at the wrong tree. So we are very much careful as the vanguard of the community to say, even the family of Nomusa Dube, it is our responsibility to protect it from the people who take chances, from the people who are pursuing their ulterior agendas. Okay. So that's what we are doing right now.
KZN Secretary of Sanco, Sizwe Cele, good to speak to you, sir. Thank you.